What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Review today. Let's take a walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Alright guys, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. Today's beer comes from Dogfish Head. This is their Faithful Ale, Pearl Jam 20. Ale brewed with currants. The 7% alcohol by volume. I got a little bone to pick with this beer. I normally buy all my beers at Penn & Cellar, and there are a couple other places around here in town that I like doing business with these guys up there. They treat me right usually and all that. But this beer actually come from Mr. Bill's instead of Penn & Cellar because the Penn & Cellar wanted like $18.95 for this beer in this bottle, and I thought that was a little pricey. So I checked around at the other places, and Mr. Bill only wanted $13.99 for the beer. So that's $5 is $5, guys. So I think Dogfish Head does a great job usually on the beers they do. They go out in left field a lot and try a lot of different interesting things. Some are winners and some are not, as far as I'm concerned. This beer here, the reason I'm fussing is because this beer was their Courant, which came in the little 12-ounce bottles. And I don't think it sold that well. I'm not real sure because I never reviewed that beer. And now it's retired. So what they did... They took the beer that they brewed and put it in that little bottle, and they put it in a big bottle and called it a 20th anniversary Pearl Jam Ale, and jacked the price up about 3 times what it's worth. I don't like that. I really don't. So Sam, not a big fan of that, buddy. I know my little opinion don't matter much, but I'm not gonna pay these astronomical prices. And I'm not fussing at Sam, but because on the website he said the suggested retail on this was $12.95. So I'm fussing a little bit at Penn & Cellar because they're one. And of course, you got to realize they only got one case of this, so that's why they inflated the price. But I think they inflated a little much on this one, so wasn't a big fan of that one. So this one actually come from Mr. Bill, so I'm giving him a thumbs up on this one. That's where this beer come from, guys. Back to the beer review. This is a limited edition brewed once. So they used to brew that beer, the Courant. I guess it was a regular beer or a seasonal or something. But it was produced in the little bottle. And now this is another limited edition brewed once in the big bottle, so they can jack the price up. Not a big fan of that. It better be impressive for the price. That's all I have to say. This beer is the food pairing for this beer. It says meat is game and salmon. Glassware in a snifter tulip oversized wine glass, and being 7%, it can be selling for a little while. It'll sell it well. So let's get the cap off this puppy and see what this one's about. See if it's all hype. And like I said, I'm usually a big fan of Dogfish Head's beer. Some of them are a little on the extreme side, like the 120. Wasn't impressed with the 120. I still got a couple of bottles of it down there, a couple of different years. But let's see what the beer that's brewed with Courant is like. Looks like a macro lager in a glass. It's very golden. Got quite a few bubbles. It's not extremely overcarbonated. It doesn't look like in the glass. Not like a Belgian ale or anything. And I didn't pour it super aggressive because I didn't want a monster head on this. I didn't want to wait to drink it. And the head that it did pour is a very dishwashery, soapy bubble looking head. Very white, big bubbles. Let's get a nose on it. You can smell the Courants in it. And smells just a little bit on this. To me, it smells like I'm getting more malt than anything else other than the Courants. Smells a little grainy to me. Smells a little like a macro lager, to be honest about it. Well, let's see what it's about, guys. Cheers. fairly on the sweet side. It's a little citrusy, kind of tart on the tongue. Overall, fairly easy drinking. Not getting a lot of the alcohol in the taste. It's very well made, it looks like. Now that I'm looking at it, it says it's got a digitized bottling. Bottle. You can't read it. It's useless. I can see bottled on and the rest of it's smeared off. So, I don't know if it comes off that easy with my finger. Yeah, you can wipe the date off the bottle. That's wild. Not impressed by that, guys. This is probably an above-average beer, I'd say. I'm just not pleased with all the hype by putting it in a big bottle, changing the name, and it's a retired beer that you used to do. So, seems like this is all they're jumping onto the advertising scheme like the big ones like Budweiser and all them do, hyping it up. So, not a big fan of that. It was probably an above-average beer then, and it's probably above-average beer now. But we're going to sip on and let the other half taste some of this and see what it's all about. And we'll be right back and do the final chug on this one, like I said. Probably an above-average beer, but I doubt if it's going to get the A. We'll see. Stick around. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around. Got just a little bit left here. This is almost like it's got a little bit of a wine characteristic or something. It's almost like it got a juice, like a white grapes or something in it. I guess that's the currants bringing that to its yeah. I get that sweet fruity taste on this. So, final chug, guys. Yeah, it's an above average beer, guys. I'm gonna give it a 6. It's a B beer as far as I'm concerned. I'm lucky. They're lucky. I'm gonna give it a worse grade than what it is. Basically, this is a retired beer that they brought back and put it in a bigger bottle and redid it again and put a big price tag on it. So, I'm not a big fan of that, guys. Actually, since it did have an alias, the rate beer doesn't have any ratings on this particular version of this in this bottle yet. Beer Addict comes up with a B minus. If it didn't have the date on the side of the bottle, I would have given it the B minus too. But since it had the date written on it, even though it wasn't written very well, it did have the date on it. But it's a high priced beer. It shouldn't be this big. I don't even know why it's even in the big bottle, other than to make more money on it, guys. So. If they wanted to redo it again, they should have bought it back in the 12 ounce instead of bringing it back in this. It's just my opinion, though, guys. So, that being said, if you've seen it and had it, let me know. I think it's an above-average beer. It's a decent beer. If you want to pick it up and give it a try, if you can get it at a good price and they're not trying to gouge you. I don't know why it's such a limited release when it's one of their old retired beers. So. Not a big fan of that, guys. I guess y'all can tell that by now. So, I don't have anything else to say about this beer unless you want to try it, pick it up, give it a shot. Give me some comments back on this and see what you think about this, guys. See if you think it's something special or if it's just a retired beer brought back and make more money on. So, guys, as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll be in a better mood tomorrow, I promise. See y'all then.